What is up, guys and girls? I am Justin Amoe, and this is the part 4, probably the last part, on how to make a simple beat. And yes, keyword is simple because, we're just getting started and whatnot, you know what I mean? So let me go ahead and just shrink myself, and hey, Panda, he's sleeping there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this song structured. As easy as that sounds, or as easy as I say it, I got allergies, dog. It could be very confusing or very tricky for a lot of people. Let me get a tissue for my issue. I feel like a kid again, just shoving crayons up my nose. So, how does a beat really start? Usually it has a sound and then other sounds are introduced and then it drops or whatever. So yeah, more than likely we'll be dealing with the melody side. I'm gonna switch this to bar so I have a better snap on this. So yeah, usually it just starts off with the melody, and then the drums is what's gonna keep the rhythm or make a movement happen. So you can hear there's difference between, like, if I do this, like that, and then introduce sound. And then just like that, it sounds like something different, totally different, because it is different, because we didn't have the mallet, and then we did have the mallet. What if we, like, play around? Sounds cool. But I feel like it'll be introduced late. I don't know. It just sounds to me that it wouldn't sound great if we introduced two things at once, I guess. You could do it if you want. I mean, there's no problem about it. But in this sense, I like having this frequency being played out as well. The high one. It works. Boom. We could probably like leave a little space there. 3, 4, boom. So it could be like that. So do that. We could do something like that, although some people don't like the little space in there, and that's a little bit too much, out of the what's the word? Out of the rule set right now, I guess, for simple. So yeah, we're not doing that. We could mute and probably have that, or mute this one, play around. We could also introduce, the percussion at the end here. How about we take this one? In the later half. And the snare as well. This kick is not as impacting. I think about it. Let me make this kick a lot harder. I'm going to take a limiter. All right. Okay, so essentially what we made here, if I hit Alt and T, I'll write this in. We made an intro. So it's basically that. And then up to measure 9 is where the beat, quote unquote, drops. We could, like, maybe do that or something. Sounds cool, but I think that sounds cool as well. But essentially what we made here was straight to, I guess you could say, a chorus. Oopsies. Chorus. There we go. So just like that, we already made a intro and then a chorus. And then let's get into a verse. Now the verse will not have all these things really piled up, otherwise it'll just sound like the chorus. So we could just hit Control B. I don't think we'll want the chorus to be longer than the 4 measures here. So there we go. And then for the verse, we could unintroduce or, you know, mute some of these. So how about, what if I do this, which I probably won't. Maybe we could do that during like a bridge or something. So yeah, you can see how taking out those sounds here really makes it sound like a different sound. We have the verse, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 16 measures, 16 quote unquote bars. You could make it longer if you want, but for simple, we're keeping it simple. We could mute the drums as well for like the beginning if we want. Like, what if we mute that? Or we can just unintroduce, just have it mute for the whole time. Oh wait, wrong one. Let's say we mute the kick. Or mute everything. See how we just made this verse unique or different? We have like one section is different, we don't have anything. The second section we have you know, like a drum, we added a drum in there. The third one we have all, and then the fourth one we have all, but that's like the second variant of it. So it's kind of like different everywhere. So we got like a taste of variety everywhere. I feel like this verse kind of is a little short. It starts from 28 seconds and ends at what, 55, 56. That's like 30 seconds. We could make it longer if we want. Just, you know, hit Control B a couple times. And save you the trouble. Let me go ahead and, how about we introduce like the melody or something here? Like that. Or maybe we could use that at the end. So now we essentially have this little thing here repeating one more time. I don't know. Yeah, I'm the boss. Running through like bros. Big belly with bros. Yeah, you know I'm the boss, yeah. Imagine the shit, yeah. Running up, I do it all on it, yeah. Tap it, that a thing with the front, with the foe, and I'm running through this. I got, you don't know. Okay, so that sounds good enough. We have like a different thing at the end. It hasn't been introduced, except for in the chorus intro, obviously. But I mean, in the verse, we don't have that. We could take this chorus, just highlight that. You could also double click and then just Control Shift, or not Control Shift, my bad, just hold left shift, that's what I'm doing, click and drag. Then I'm gonna right click, add marker, chorus. So there we go. Although the transition from the verse to the chorus, we don't have one. It just slides in there quick, and it's cool, but it's not that cool. So we could like mute the drums or something. So there we go. And essentially it sounds like the organ is what makes the chorus sound like the chorus, you know what I mean? Of course, if you have more like sounds, or maybe a transition or a symbol that could indicate like, you know, a transition, a riser or whatever. But remember, we're keeping this simple. So right there, just muting something, that's as simple as it gets. So yeah, that's basically it. How long? This has only been 14 minutes. We could just basically copy this verse again if we want to keep it simple. And we could play around with other things, like, I don't know, like in between we mute something. Or maybe we could even, instead of that, we could introduce this bell earlier as well. Or maybe even mute this. Yeah, but defendant running my shit. I've been running through this shit like every day and like shit. Tato off the molly and he's popping some shit. Yeah. So that sounds cool if you want to vary in it or make it like, you know, sound different. What if we mute these? So that sounds cool there. There we go. You can also, like, when we start this verse, by the way, verse 2, I guess, we could mute this. Something like that. We're just doing little things that make it unique. And then here we can keep a little bit the same. I mean, obviously it's a body. Running up on those dreams, yeah. I've been on that dream, yeah. Feeling like a fiend. I got a bunch of gorillas out here to attack. Harambe and all of them, you know you finna get smacked. Yeah, on the beast. Not the blue one from Xavier, X-Mean. I tried so hard, but that's like, oh my god, yeah, oh my god. We done with this verse and we jump into the chorus. You already know this bitch Amoy. He is the best. Okay. This church sword. A little bit too much. So yeah, chorus. But just like that, we basically got the intro, the chorus, the verse, chorus again, the verse 2, which are basically copied and tweaked a little bit, and then we got the chorus again. And guess what? Maybe we want to end the song there. It's like, come on, we've been for like 2 minutes 50 seconds. Let's just write ending, and the ending essentially could be the same thing like the intro but backwards, or you can even fade it out. How about we? Alright, let's just take that out then. And for this, how about we take this one out? And then I'll just drag this out so the reverb could do its thing. Have it like an end tail. Let's see, just like that, we have an ending. So we have an intro, a chorus, a verse, another chorus, a verse again if we want. A chorus for the ending. We could duplicate it if we want, but that would be a little bit too long in my opinion. And then the ending. So yeah, this song in total's 3 minutes. Look how easy we did it in just 18 minutes. Maybe I was blabbling for a while, but yeah. So you can see how easy we just made a simple beat. 2 hours 11 minutes, probably because I talk too much, but if I weren't talking or explaining things, maybe it would have been way less. But just like that, we have a beat that you could rap over, play over. It's really simple, and I mean it's really simple. There is no like events going on, no automations, no filter you know, mixings, so forth. We don't have like a beat grind, step edit, whatever, nothing like that. We can even make more sounds and replace them, similar to what we did here. We could like copy this melody and put it on another thing and basically have another sound there and have it mix and intertwine or do whatever. But like I said, this is simple, and this is as simple gets. So yeah, hopefully you guys and girls enjoy that. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and export this and show you how it looks. I didn't do any mastering to it. You could use the mastering thing that I showed y'all to turn this beat into an instrumental. You could also, you know, like fluff it up. Let's go to the chorus. That, whatever. I'm gonna just export it. Left this to basically get that beat and just drag it in. And then I'll just put this here and double click it. And just like that, we got a beat, guys and girls. We got a beat. We could normalize it if we want. Okay, since these were all hold on, let me this was all FL Studio stuff, straight from the FL Studio, like the kicks and the hats and all this, the bass, all FL Studio. So if I were to like send you the FLP file, you would have this project without, you know, any of the sound data. Like, it doesn't have to be a zip. I could just send its FLP. If you want the FLP for this, go ahead and check the link in the description. I'll upload it to like Mediafire or something like that. And one more thing, if you want mixing and mastering, or if you want to check out my website, please go ahead and do that. It is JustinAmoe.com. Yes, I finally made it into JustinAmoe.com and not no Wix site, blah 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 blah. So yeah, if you're interested, go ahead and check that out. But yeah, my name is Justin Amoe. I hope that this series helped you out. I hope that you hit thumbs up and share it with your buddies. And yeah, I'm out.